Please tell me about a time where you've had conflict with someone and what you did about it.
Sure. So thankfully I don't usually experience conflict, but I would like to give an example about a time when I did experience conflict with a patient. I was on an afternoon shift with 2 residents and I got a phone call from a nurse who said that there was a patient on the ward who was getting more and more agitated and were wanting to discharge. As you would, I asked the nurse, why is the patient admitted? How long have they been admitted? Whether they were stable or unstable, and whether they felt unsafe. The nurse told me that the patient was there for a washout surgery and they felt safe up until this point, and asked if I could come and review the patient. So I subsequently said that I would come straight away and asked if they could get the security guards to come and be on the ward but stay away from the patient, so as to not escalate them. I found the patient pacing on the ward, so I approached them and shook their hand and introduced myself. I asked them why they were admitted and they told me that they had been waiting 3 days, fasting on and off for a surgery that still wasn't happening, and they were due to have it tonight, but being it was around 6 o'clock, they were sure that they probably would get bumped again. He got quite angry and started swearing, so I tried to explain to the patient that sometimes more emergent surgeries need to come in and they will take precedence, and asked if he would give me some time to go and find out some more information about what's happening with his surgery, and he was agreeable to this. I called the theatre nurse unit manager and the duty anaesthetist to find out whether he'd have his surgery, and they told me that a multi-vehicle crash had just occurred outside of town and there were multiple casualties, so it was very unlikely. I went and explained this to the patient and he was very sympathetic for them and was now more understanding of the change of circumstances. I asked if the nurse could then get him some dinner. We also agreed that he could take off his, unhook his cannula and he could go off the ward for an hour or so and then start fasting again from midnight for potential surgery the next day. The next day in the afternoon I came back to the ward to check on the patient, and he had subsequently had his surgery and he was quite happy and the surgery went really well. The same nurse from the night before was also working again, and I thanked her for helping me the night prior, and I also phoned the security guards who were on standby and thanked them for their efforts. So I guess the takeaway message from this experience is that open and sincere communication can help de-escalate conflict, and being sympathetic and providing relevant and up-to-date information to the patient potentially turn this negative experience into more of a positive one.